We're going to go up here into the grass. Oh, Ralt.
Oh, snap.
That's actually not too bad. Psychic Pokemon, definitely useful.
Dies in one hit.
No.
Yep. Yep. I was like, there's no way we're that lucky.
Well, that was fun while it lasted.
And she witnessed it too, like, oh boy, you found it. Oh.
Oh no, our first battle. Who's going to win? Should probably be training up my other Pokemon.
I should probably. Oh no, you can totally take him. See, this is why I found out it's hard for me to play Pokemon. Because I get really attached to just one of them. Like, I can name them all, but I'll get attached to, like, just one of them. And so I'll go to a gym.
That's not what I want to do. Stop going to Pokedex.
I'll go to a gym, and it's, like, just, the initial Pokemon does great, and you get, like, to the last Pokemon in the gym, and then your primary dies, and you're trying to, like, run back up with all the other ones.
Okay. Now, we don't want to catch Wurmple, even though we're probably going to end up catching Wurmple, because Wurmple is pretty much evolves into one of the most worthless Pokemon of all time.
No, it's dead instantly.
There's got to be like a Butterfree in every generation, though.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, but first gen Butterfree was awesome. Sleep Powder?
Yeah.
Just Sleep Powder poison?
Well, beautiful, I can learn it. It's
you just go to sleep and sit there for a while.
They're all pretty much the same, it's just the stats of, I can't remember what the moth that Wurmple evolved into, but it's like one of the worst.
It was Pokemon Blue. Little history lesson. Pokemon Blue. I had a Butterfree, and I don't remember what it knew. I remember because this is like a long time ago. I remember it had a beam attack. I don't remember which one it did, but it had a beam. Probably Psybeam. But like it had Sleep Powder, Psybeam, Stun Spores.
There's Lotad to mock me. Good thing is he only knows Astonish right now, so he can't do anything to Zigzagoon. Because Ghost-type moves have no effect on normal Pokemon.
I remember that Butterfree. It carried me probably through a good majority of the game.
I remember when I used to play Pokemon as a kid, I used to think it was important to have, I was like, okay, I'm going to catch Butterfree, just like Ash, I'm going to use Butterfree. But as older I got, the more I realized how useless it was in retrospect.
Yeah,
it knows status moves, which are pretty helpful.
Yeah, it's good for catching Pokemon. It's not so good in just straight up fights.
The problem is it's just too... Its defenses are just no
good.
It's very type.
It's a butterfly.
Type was really weak.
It's a butterfly. It's a frail little falling apart butterfly. So
its weaknesses are fire, flying, a small gust of wind, rock. Yeah, rock is also super effective against bug type Pokemon.
So most memorable fight ever. Mm-hmm. I can remember it was Psychic Gym Leader. From the original, and I was like down to the last Pokemon, and it was ironically my Wartortle, because I was trying to use all the the type specific people to beat her, and Wartortle.
There's no type specific. The problem with the games is there's no type specific. Like you can get Gengar, or you can get Haunter really, because you're not going to get Gengar unless you trade. The problem is they're poison and ghost type, which means they're actually weak to psychic type.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was no perfect, but I was still, I was thinking to myself, out of all of these, Wartortle's not going to be, my best shot. So I kind of saved him for last. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking,
what does Swiper have?
Final fight versus Gym Leader. She's, destroying me.
Well, he picked up a rope.
Oh, snap. He got a rope?
Yeah, skip rope.
Well... Aren't you nice for rooting around like a drunk, finding ropes on the ground?
Look what I found!
You found the Wurmple again. Kill it.
Okay, Sophie.
Okay, Sophie. Go. I forget, what's Poochyena evolved into?
Big old hyena thing.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Both. Totally not Sophie.
Mightyena.
Because, Yeah, you could make the joke that Pokemon's so unoriginal. But I think my problem sometimes is they get real unoriginal with the names.
They've always been unoriginal because Japanese love portmanteaus or portmanteaus, and because they went with the same thing. And really, if you went with original, I honestly like the fact that they're punny names. If they were just they tried to make it sound really original for every Pokemon, it would just be kind of
well, because it would take
Like, see, that's
there's only a certain level of originality required to really make a Pokemon good. Like,
Lotad's pretty original.
no, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a very, very, very like okay. With the recent Pokemon X and Y, okay, you could argue all day with most people about like originality and this Pokemon's this and look, it's an ice cream cone and it evolves into 2 ice cream cones. You could argue that all day, but the thing is, there are enough original-looking Pokemon in Pokemon X and Y that you don't consider the entire game just, someone threw together animals with funny tails.
See,
That's just not fair, putting Rufio up against Wurmple.
I'm gonna put the fire chicken up against your worm. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, and you're gonna use another worm again? Oh well, the fire chicken is just...
Man, I'd really be scared of you maybe if you taught your Pokemon
something that worked.
Well, maybe if you just had something besides Wurmple. I guess you're doing your own awful Nuzlocke challenge.
I mean, it's all good. Like, if you're a bug catcher and you catch bugs, yeah, that's cool, fine, whatever. But
don't get me wrong. If I was a Pokemon trainer, I don't know.
You think you'd
cool.
specialize?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to specialize. Actually, not really. But
I feel like I might specialize.
That's not bad.
I might specialize, but like I'm gonna wait a bit before I start being like a baller. Oh, fight me! I will defeat you.
Yeah, it's a little...
I have a Wurmple that does tackle and string shot. I have no idea where you came from and what you have.
Well, if you lock eyes with another trainer, you have to fight.
Just walk around with sunglasses.
Or you'll be dishonored.
Aren't there some blind Pokemon trainers out there?
Sure.
Like ones that only use like psychic and stuff and are supposed to be like blind but can see and
some of the humans in the Pokemon world have psychic powers and have magical powers and things like that.
I'm just saying.
I think there's some Pokemon trainers, they wear shades.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you lock eyes? He didn't see me.
Oh, Sophie learned
how? She already knows.
They lock like mental.
She already knows how. Trust me.
They lock.
Hey, it's the Clay. That's right. Get out.
All right, Clay, come in.
Clay, come in. You're gonna be our new commenter.
You see that? Just knock that over right
now.
Just go ahead and take a seat.
Just sit right by me, BB.
I can hear, by the way.
Although I will say, New Year, new look. It's April.
There's still people who are saying Happy New Year.
I know, right?
Youngster Al would like to battle.
He's not as cool.
Dude, there was some guy who came in and said Happy New Year to me like 2 weeks after Happy New Year's, and I was like, that dude is on drugs. It's unacceptable to say Happy New Year a week after New Year's. Unless you haven't seen that person in a while, it just seems weird. He's like,
I'd allow a week.
Happy New Year.
I'd allow a week. Like,
I think a week, even 2 weeks is viable because some people you don't see all the time.
2 weeks, maybe.
Some people you don't see.
Yeah, 2 weeks is kind of pushing it.
2 weeks
is see.
Okay, look, I work at a grocery store and people are like walking all the time.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm just
the first
saying,
time
like,
we've seen each other in like a month.
I know. I'm just saying, like, 2 weeks. It would be a very, very specific scenario where I would be like, yeah, this is still okay to say that. But 4 months down the road, yeah,
that's a little weird.
That's a little much.
So I'm gonna tell a little story.
Story time with Sean.
There's a guy who, because I work at Target and I work overnight. So I see people early in the morning, and usually people who show up early in the morning are cat ladies and moms.
I love cat ladies.
But there's this one dude who I see in the toy department a lot of the time, because usually by the time that the store opens, I'm in the back of the store working in toys and sporting goods, and he's this really big guy with a mustache, and he's always wearing a cowboy hat, or like a duster hat, or what you want to call it, fedora, kind of like a Indiana Jones style fedora, maybe, I guess is what you call it.
Hat.
No, it's like a cowboy hat or whatever.
The douche hat.
But what do you guys think he's there for?
Cows and boys.
No, Hot Wheels.
I can dig it.
No, which I mean, sure, fine, it's cool.
Look, okay.
It's just all. Well, here's
how old was he? Do you think?
He's got to be in his 40s.
So,
but here's the thing. It's not an issue of that. It's he comes in and he's like, I remember like he was like, I was like, can I help you, sir? Because, you know, so you're supposed to be polite to your...
Did you tip your
to
hat?
your guests and customers and such. And he goes, oh, I'm fine. Just seeing if you guys got any of the new Hot Wheels, but it doesn't look like you have any.
Well...
It's like taking an attitude, and I'm like, well, sir, I'll
Sorry.
I'll look for you.
I'll go find them.
Well, I mean, and then here's what's funny is I see that guy a lot now, and I don't know if he recognizes me or
Is he
not,
still
but I
buying?
always say hi to him because I always say hi to everybody.
Is he still trying to buy?
Try to be nice.
Still trying to buy Hot Wheels?
Yeah, I know he's coming to look for Hot Wheels at least twice. He's there every other morning, or at least once a week, I'd say.
You know, if this is real life, like realistic, if you'd have Sophie use Hal, I guarantee you that Zigzagoon will faint.
Yeah.
If this is
It's gonna
supposed,
play awesome.
no, I'm just saying, like, if this is like real world equivalent, I guarantee you, if Sophie uses Hal, you'll faint, or at least let her out.
But
or at least give her a treat.
I was going to end the Hot Wheels story by saying that
Alright, that was cute.
there was actually a guy who came in one day, and I just put out the toys, and we were going to take it back to the back room, and the dude goes, "Do you guys got any of the new Hot Wheels in today?" There's this other 40-year-old looking dude, and I was like, "Oh, well, if there's any new ones, they should be out." And he's like, "Oh, well, you got any of the Cars ones?" And I was like,
So for a split second when you said the Cars ones, I was like, yes, sir, all of them. They're
Like
all
Disney.
Hot
No,
Wheels.
they're all cars.
They're all
"No,
Cars,
not
sir."
guys, not Cars. Disney's, Pixar's Cars."
See, but when you just said it, you were just like, "Do you have any of the Cars ones?" I'm like, "Well,
I know,
sir,
I
I
did
just
the
put out
same thing.
I
I
just
was
put
like-
out some boats, and we got some planes ones. But I'll see if we got any car ones at the back."
I know they
Yeah,
after they stopped making the cars ones, we stopped carrying them.
Yeah.
It was
It's all about the Prius models.
I always
now.
think it's funny in the toy section that there's a Disney aisle, and then there's also like the half an aisle. Yeah, one side of an aisle is dedicated to Pixar.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's got like
Well,
Cars.
they've
and
almost
Monster
become their own
University
thing. They've
and-
almost become their own thing, even though they're like together technically. It would not surprise me if one day there's like a Pixar theme
Oh, I
park.
don't want to give you a profile.
Yeah, you do.
No, he doesn't give you anything for it.
So
He gives you love.
look, sign up, okay, and he'll send you a coupon